What's going on, guys? Caesar Media here. Today I finally have some time to film the V8 FD that I acquired a few weeks ago. So this is going to be a video build series video number 1. I'm just gonna walk through what the car has currently, the issues it has, so that you guys have an idea of what I have planned forward for this car. As you can see, it's got the CCW Classic all the way around. The body is actually not in good shape. It's chipping away here on the fender. Let's see what else is going on. The previous owner hit the rear end of the car at a track, so the rear end is looking horrible. The rear right tail light here is busted, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. The rear right quarter panel is also banged up, but overall, and then there's a spider here just chilling on my FD because I don't really drive this right now. Front right fender is also busted, but that's okay because I'm going wide body. Front fender is going to be replaced, rear fenders are going to be replaced, the rear bumper is probably, rear tail lights probably going to be replaced as well. And as for the tail lights in the rear, I've been looking at the Car Lights Grow, I think the name of the shop out of Japan. It's got the they make the LED tail light, 2 lines going across this way, and I plan on picking that up in Tokyo this Christmas when I go home. I don't know which wide body I'm going with right now. I also have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the gas cap with the wide body kit. Some people relocate it up here, which I actually am highly considering, depending on the time and budget I have for the car. So in the back here, you got the fuel tank here, fuel filter. It's got the roll cage. It's not a full roll cage, it's just a half roll cage here in the rear. Accu sump is actually a oil system, so out on the track you don't want to starve your engine with oil. You don't want to be low on oil when you're cornering. So basically you open this valve up when you're driving on the track, and it will dump extra oil into the engine as you're making corners and creating G's left and right. So it's just like a safety mod. This thing here, AN line, just hooked up to my oil line up front, so that's how it's dumping additional oil into the car. So as you have all seen with my vlog, this car has horrible wiring. The gauge does not work, so my drive home from Colorado to Michigan was not the best experience I had. The RPM doesn't work, speed doesn't work, gas gauge doesn't work, nothing here works, and neither does any of these gauges. So all this is gonna be garbage. I'm gonna be throwing this away. And the guy didn't even remove the boost gauge. And this looks like the one you can get from like AutoZone. So this has to go. I think when Huey blew up the rotary engine, he never bothers to take out this wire under this gauge. And there's so many random wires just running across everywhere. To the previous owner, it was just a track car, so he didn't care much about how the car looked. So that's why, you know, there's all these weird switches just taped everywhere, which is extremely dirty. I know this is a track car, but I like my toys clean and neat, so I'm gonna have to organize and redo this interior, clean up the interior. I'm not gonna gut the car because I will be driving this on the street. It's got the Evo 2 Plus seat in the passenger seat with harness, that impact harness that I never even heard of. These are probably garbage harness, probably expired, so I'll probably get something new updated for these. In the back I have a smaller battery pack which is welded into the chassis, but also have a big one here as a backup right now because the car is having electrical issues. It's draining power when the power on the ground is hooked up. So I had to disconnect the battery every time I park the car. The car is also having starting issues, so I have to basically push start the car like 50 times, and 1 out of 50 times it would finally crank and start. So that's another issue I had to figure out right now. HVAC system also doesn't work. AC has been removed out of the car, which is fine with me, but I do want heat, so I plan on hooking up the HVAC system in the future here. So that's it for the interior. T56 transmission, which has been rebuilt. It's got LS2 lightweight flywheel aftermarket and LS7 clutch inside, which feels really nice. It's really easy to drive this car, but I do hate this shift knob, which has to go, and I'm gonna have to create a cover to make everything look pretty. So that's it for the interior, I guess. As you can see, nothing is really fit in place. It's a car from the 90s. It's a beautiful interior. The design originally is beautiful, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done to clean this up so that it's a street-driven race car. Now, of course, this sparkle steering wheel from Fast and Furious has to go. These NOS buttons doesn't do anything. It's not hooked up to a horn or anything, and it's just super ugly. I'm gonna take this off and get something else to replace this. Okay, so as I said, it's got CCWs. It also had stop deck rotors and stop deck brakes. So this car really stops when I want to, which is awesome. The car is on Coney yellow struts with ABEX springs, I believe. Of course, the stainless steel brake line always through. ABS does not work right now, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna remove this ABS system here or keep this box and just live without ABS. ABS systems from 90s is garbage anyways. So suspension, sway bars, front and rear, it's still stock. Sway bar mounts have been upgraded, and all the bushings on the car has been also upgraded to solid bushings. So the car feels great, but I can even increase the feel of the car by going to coilovers, and I'm gonna get front and rear sway bars. So the engine is LS6. It was a crate motor that the guy swapped in. It does have cams and springs and push rods, all that upgraded. So the head is upgraded. So the car after the tune should be making close to 500 wheel horsepower, which I'm very excited for. The swap conversion was done with the Sunberg kit. Up here you have the Sunberg radiator intake kit, which costs like almost $2,000 right here. And you guys ask me, why did I buy a already swapped FD? It's because one, it's you're saving time by doing so, and two, it's so much cheaper. I picked this car up for a pretty good price, and even though I have all these issues, I didn't mind it because of how cheap I could get the car for, and the time I'm saving by just, you know, getting the mechanical portion of the swap done is just significant. After working on my house and the number of toys I have sitting at my house, I did not feel like buying a shell and swapping in a fresh LS engine in it, which was my original intention. So let's see here. I got turn 1 power steering system here, which seems to be one of the most common conversions done on the on all the LS motors. Got aftermarket coolant reservoir. Exhaust system is completely custom stainless steel exhaust all the way out to the back, and no resonator, no cap, nothing. Just goes straight out to the back, and there's an axle back with muffler inside, which I'm gonna probably remove because I have this straight pipe here that I got with the car, and I can just swap in and out. Luckily, the guy who did custom exhaust work on this car gave the previous owner the option of changing from muffler axle back to just a straight back as well. So let's see what else is going on here. So a lot of wires just exposed everywhere. Not many of these are connected still. I need to do a lot of cleaning up. The fuel filter here is exposed and dirty. I can relocate this to the back. This is actually the line from the AccuSump that I was talking about that comes from rear all the way up to the front for extra oil during track time. But yeah, a lot of wires everywhere, and this car needs to be cleaned up right now. So up front here is the radiator, and up top is the power steering cooler, but this power steering cooler is leaking, unfortunately, so that might be one of the first things I'm gonna have to work on to make sure I have power steering when I'm gonna be driving this car. As for the seat, and many of you asked me about this, I only swapped in the stock seat in here for the drive home, 3-day drive home from Colorado. I actually have a Sparco Pro Drive seat right here that came out of the car, so I'm gonna be putting that back in the car for now, but I will probably go with something more updated. So I'll be selling the Pro Drive seat as well as the Evo Plus Sparkle seat in the near future. Roll cage, I plan on powder coating. I don't know what color yet. Probably keep it something simple like silver. The car itself will be repainted as well. I'm thinking like gunmetal with wide wheels. That's probably gonna be black. I still have not really thought about those options yet, simply because I had to get this car up and running with all these electrical and mechanical issues. So let me just start up the car so that you guys can hear what it sounds like. So that's the axle back I was talking about. It's actually does have a muffler, so it makes things a little quiet. So let me see if the car wants to start. It only starts when it wants to right now, and I might get lucky here. Okay. So you can definitely hear the cams. It's definitely V8. Sounds pretty good. I think there's exhaust leak actually right after the header that I need to figure out, but it's okay for now. Just rev it a little bit. So yeah, that's what the car sounds like right now. I'm just gonna cut it off here. So thanks again guys for watching my FD build video number 1. I am pretty excited for this build. I'm gonna be making detailed build videos, and I'll probably start a thread on one of the FD forums online so you can follow specs and pictures that I don't cover in my video series. As for the what else do I have here? As for the Evo, it's sitting here collecting dust. I took the head off. I took the head to the machine shop, so the machine shop is actually putting in new valves for me, and as soon as I get the new valves back in, I will put the car together. So I definitely want to drive this thing a little more in the summertime. I do plan on keeping the Evo for now. It won't be up for sale this year. So the garage is looking like a mess. Here's the cams of the Evo, and a few tools here and there just sitting everywhere. The valve cover here was spooning up, coil unplug kit, my new tires, and the NT03s that still hasn't been mounted on the Evo. But that's it guys. That is my FD, and of course here's my cafe. Just a build video number 1. Let me know if you have any questions as always. Leave comments below in the comment section. Let me know what you think about V8 FDs. I know some people hate it. I get it. I always wanted to experience the rotary, but I didn't want to deal with the rotary being unreliable and consuming so much gas and creating too much heat. At the end of the day, I'm all about function. I want something that performs. I want something that I can drive and beat on without having any issues. So thanks again guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.